Endlessly, the dense forest stretched, its towering trees whispering secrets to the wind. Hours ago, the sun had set, leaving behind a chilling silence, which was only disturbed by the occasional rustle of leaves. Somewhere deep within, a little girl was lost, frightened, cold, and alone. In the distance, a canine dog was poised to do something that would astonish everyone. 6-year-old Lily Thompson had always been a child full of curiosity. Her family had traveled to Green Hollow National Park for a weekend getaway. While her parents set up camp, Lily, captivated by a butterfly, wandered off into the woods. What began as innocent curiosity quickly turned into a nightmare. She chased after the butterfly, laughing as it danced through the air, but within just minutes, she realized she had strayed far from the campsite. Panic gripped her small chest as she spun in circles, seeking familiar ground, but all she could see were towering trees extending high into the dusky sky. Lily thought she heard her mother's distant voice echoing, but as she sprinted toward the sound, she stumbled over a root, tumbling down a small slope. By the time she regained her footing, her mother's voice had faded away. Tears flowed down her cheeks as she cried out, "Mommy!" But there was no reply. The forest had consumed her entirely. When the Thompsons realized that Lily was missing, panic ensued. They dialed 911 and soon the local search and rescue team arrived. Hours passed with no sign of the little girl, prompting them to bring in their top tracker, Max, a retired K9 search dog. Max, a seasoned German shepherd who had once been part of a police search team, may have been older now, but his instincts remained razor sharp. His handler, Officer Jake Carter, knelt before him, holding Lily's pink scarf. "Find her, boy," Jake commanded. Max sniffed the scarf deeply before lifting his head, his ears perking up. Without hesitation, he bolted into the forest, pulling Jake along behind him. Lily spent her first night curled beneath a fallen tree, shivering as the cold wind stung her skin. The darkness was frightening, filled with eerie sounds, howling in the distance and twigs snapping. Her stomach ached with hunger. The next morning, she ventured out, hoping to find her way back, but every direction looked the same. Remembering her father's advice, "If you ever get lost, stay put. We will find you." She grappled with the urge to remain still, but hunger compelled her to move. She stumbled upon a few berries and ate them, uncertain if they were safe. By the second night, exhaustion engulfed her. She cried herself to sleep, yearning for her parents, for warmth, for help. On the third day, she felt weak, dehydrated, and barely able to walk. As she staggered forward, rustling in the bushes made her heart race with fear. Was it a bear or a wolf? Suddenly, out of the shadows, a dog emerged. Max stood before her, panting, his intelligent eyes scanning her frail figure. "Doggy?" Lily whispered, her lips trembling. Max sniffed her, then barked in a deep, reassuring tone. He stepped closer, nudging her with his nose. Overcome with relief, Lily wrapped her tiny arms around his furry neck. The dog licked her face gently before barking again, as if urging her to follow, but Lily was too weak to move, collapsing onto the ground, her eyelids fluttering. Max whined and circled around her. He had found her, but getting her back was another obstacle. He licked her face, trying to keep her awake, but Lily barely stirred. Then, in a stunning move that would astonish even his handler later on, Max did something remarkable. He lay down beside her, using his body to keep her warm. He curled around her, his thick fur shielding her from the cold. Throughout the night, he remained vigilant, growling softly at the sounds in the darkness, protecting her. By morning, Lily was still too weak to move. Max made a decision. He grasped her jacket's collar in his mouth and began dragging her. The process was slow, tiring, and challenging, but inch by inch, foot by foot, he pulled her toward safety. The search teams almost lost hope, but Jake had faith in Max. "Come on, boy, where are you?" Then, through the dense trees, he saw movement. It was Max, and he wasn't alone. The sight was surreal. Max was dragging Lily, using every ounce of his strength. Exhausted and panting heavily, he didn't stop. "Lily!" Jake shouted, and the rescue team rushed forward. The moment they reached them, Max collapsed. Lily was quickly rushed to the hospital, suffering from dehydration and exhaustion, but she was alive. Doctors labeled it a miracle. If Max hadn't found her and kept her warm that night, she wouldn't have survived. When she woke up in the hospital, the first question she asked was, "Where's the doggy?" Max, though weary, wagged his tail as he was brought in. Lily hugged him tightly, whispering, "You saved me." Max became a national hero, his story circulating through newspapers, and his name was celebrated. However, none of that mattered to him. His duty was clear: protect and serve. As for Lily, she never forgot her furry savior. On Max's last day, years later, she was there, holding his paw and whispering, "Thank you, my hero." In his final moments, Max wagged his tail one last time, for he knew he had accomplished what he was meant to do. The moral of this story is that loyalty and love know no boundaries. Animals possess extraordinary instincts and compassion that often surpass human understanding. Bravery doesn't stem from size or strength. It comes from the heart.